Today, we are headed towards what many regard as one of the wealthiest communities in America, Atherton, California, where we're going to go behind the coveted gates with one of the most elite agents there is. Let's go. For centuries, we have migrated from one place to another, driven by seasonal changes, climate change, or economic forces. Today, we are seeing human migration driven by innovation and technology. This new breed of nomads are seeking lifestyle and peace of mind. I'm your host, Julie Foppel, global founder of Realm, and I've spent my entire career in the luxury space. Together, we're going to examine the great lifestyle migration and the stewards of real estate that help facilitate a safe haven for these new residents. We are in the most dynamic housing market of all time. This is Location Luxe. Today, I am coming to you from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and being joined by Nathalie de Saint Andrieu, who is one of the most elite and also under the radar agents in Silicon Valley. Welcome, Nathalie. It's so good to be with you today.
Hi, Julie.
So tell me a little bit about your market. It is one of the most coveted in the States.
It's a small community, and it is very close to the heart of Silicon Valley. It used to be a summer retreat decades past for families from San Francisco. However, for many years now, it has become one of the prime towns for a lot of the tech giants.
How did you come to real estate?
So I came to real estate, I think, because of my love for architecture and houses. Just always loved design. Over 20 years ago, maybe 22 years ago, I started as a realtor, and then I got into a niche kind of working with developers.
I'm so impressed by your business and how trusted you are by your clients. Tell me a little bit more about the new developments that you're working on.
So we just finished one that was in the works for about 2 years. I helped find an off-market piece of land with a home on it that we knew we would tear down. And I'm always searching and trying to uncover those nice locations. Found it, and then they started building, and during the building process, my developers often have a lot of trust in me, and they let me participate in many of the choices on the interiors of the home and the styling. Basically sold that one to the first person who saw it within hours.
Wow.
And
that's amazing.
That was just a couple weeks ago, and they wanted to be in by Thanksgiving. And it was a 2-week close, and they literally just enjoyed Thanksgiving there with their family.
Oh, how fantastic is that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's perfect. Well, tell me a little bit about the design aesthetic that you used and kind of your overall approach to design.
So though it had modern touches to it, it was a much warmer kind of home that had hints to the past.
That's really cool. And I think it's such an advantage for your developer, the fact that they get to work with you and have that level of trust where you're making recommendations based on the needs of the market today.
Yes, exactly. And we don't stay fixed on, necessarily what we started with. We're very attuned to what's happening currently and shift, even during mid-construction to accommodate that.
Oh my gosh, I love that. You're building a very, very custom home, even though it's a speculative builder. Where does that inspiration come from?
I think from travels and from having lived in different places. I lived in Europe quite extensively, in France and in Italy, grew up then on the East Coast as well. So I definitely take little pieces of all the places I've been, and they're stored in my memory storage.
I love you were explaining to me some of the detail that you put into this last project, and I would love to kind of share that with the viewers.
That home had beautiful, simple staircase, very clean lines, and I think, that's kind of from the time I lived in Italy, with just a little brass top all the way around the handrail to give it a little bit of chic. The floors were French oak. All of the stone in the home is natural stone, so all beautiful marbles, and that kind of is what gives the character of the home.
So, Nathalie, you don't just serve Atherton, you serve all of Silicon Valley.
I go as far as San Jose and Healdsburg, but that's just one-offs. But mostly I am dealing in Atherton, Menlo Park, Woodside, Portola Valley, and Palo Alto.
So tell me a little bit about the demographics that are driving demand in those areas.
A lot of younger people coming in from out of state, coming in from a good majority of our market actually is within our own market. People shifting from other cities, getting bigger houses, either upsizing, downsizing, going in that direction. So I'd say 80 plus, percent is within our own market.
That is such a great point, Nathalie. I mean, especially when you consider, the lifestyle migration that we're talking about within the paradigm of this series. It's all about these families moving all over and really redefining how they're living. And do you see, because, obviously this is all tech driven, do you see like houses that are totally tricked out and super, super smart? Is that something that is a trend there?
So, what's really ironic? A lot of the people here, and including my own children, they're not completely teched out and tricked out because it changes so fast. Keeping up with it, we actually stopped installing sound systems and some of those things because it would change so rapidly by the time it was done, and people are so specific on what they want. There's a lot of automation, but it's not as much as one would think for Silicon Valley.
You're finding these projects, right? And how do you know what is going to be a successful piece of land?
It's difficult. A lot of people are looking for land, and it's a very, small area here. And actually the entire peninsula, I mean, we do have, a housing shortage. More people are looking for homes than there are homes available, especially, again, like I said, on the peninsula where there's just no more space. We're fortunate to have a lot of open space that's protected. You have to have good relationships with other realtors, a lot of good communication, and a lot of just, having open eyes and open ears.
People now are moving into Atherton and coming in from other places. What are some of the ways that you help them get to know the community there and what it's like to live there?
One of the big questions we frequently get is, about schools. And I had 2 children actually that grew up here. So I know a lot about all the schools, and that's usually a big focus. Otherwise, just being available for them.
It's a common theme, I think, especially amongst kind of the top brokers where, you become this kind of full service operation. It's not just a transaction. You are kind of the hub for all of their needs as they're coming into these communities.
Yeah, and a lot of my clients now, I've seen them buy and sell 2 or 3 homes. So that's been really nice to, to keep contact with them and be friends with them and watch them get into a bigger house. And that's been really nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, you become part of their memories and part of their story. One of the things that is so impressive about you, though, too, Nathalie, is the fact that, a lot of times we don't ever hear about the transactions that you do because you're very, very understated. Tell me a little bit more about that business philosophy.
So it's definitely a philosophy that's different. I think it's because of a few reasons. I am not an out there kind of person. I'm much more quiet, and that is evident in how I deal with these transactions. A lot of people want these transactions to be on the quiet side, and they don't want publicity about it. I'm selling the house and I'm focused on that. And so a lot of my work is off market and referral based, and that's worked really well for me.
Well, it's important, that discretion and really having your clients feel like they're protected is really important. And I think when we were speaking before, you mentioned too that you're not a hardcore salesperson.
Right.
You're far more informed and measured. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, well, it's wonderful. Well, it has been such a pleasure chatting with you today, Nathalie. I mean, it is just a privilege to know you and to watch your beautiful projects evolve. And so thanks for joining me on Location Luxe. And we'll look forward to coming to Atherton to see this next project sometime soon.
I can't wait. Thank you. Thank you, Julie.
I'm Suzanne Kessler from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here in my beautiful office with my fabulous team. Our offices are located right next door to ADAC, the big design center here in Atlanta. It's a fabulous place to be a designer. There is so much energy and design focus in our city. I do think that designers are no longer just interior designers. I talk about what we're really trying to do for our clients is create a lifestyle. How do people want to live in their space? Are they going to work in their rooms? And obviously today, are they going to be having Zoom meetings or are they just having family time? So I think that today there's so many dimensions to creating a lifestyle. It's actually about a designer talking to our clients about how they're living and how they want to live in that environment. A lot of that will depend on where the house is located. We are seeing a lot of people doing second and third homes, whether it's a beach home, a mountain home. We bring up the fact that you do maybe want to have a home office. It really enables them to be in those homes as much as they want. So we talk to them, even how many people are coming to visit them. And we work with the architects closely in the design process, whether it's a renovation or new building, on making sure that all these ideas get incorporated into that lifestyle. It's also great about going through all your beautiful things that they own. I like having those personal things that I can incorporate in. The biggest change we see and we can make as designers, the first thing we can do is paint. And then we go from there, changing the lampshades. We can change the fabrics, the drapery, the pillows. And then sometimes you can do those things without changing everything in a room. But what we talk about with our clients in creating that lifestyle is to give them a more fresh and modern look. That is something that everybody's asking for today. I talk about they want that edit. And as a designer, we can bring those ideas and translate their thoughts into how they live.
Hey design friends, this is your pal Cindy, and I wish I could be with you all today, but I did want to update you on our beloved NYC by Design Awards, so here we go. This year will be lucky number 7 as part of the 10th anniversary festival. Can't wait. You know, last year I hosted the award show all virtual, but it certainly didn't stop you from wanting to be included, and I have the numbers to prove it. There were 553 submissions. Wowza. I know. 177 projects were submitted and 376 products. And you know, the winning project shined oh so bright in all the boroughs. In Brooklyn, the Library of the Future is bringing the community together and teaching us all about sustainability. The Lower East Side's most historic indoor public market gives us the most diverse food experience and still supports small businesses. We love that. We also created a special outdoor dining category because the pandemic proved how we all pull together. Residential development is popping up everywhere, and you can still get your shopping on in Midtown. And we all can enjoy the entire city if you're not afraid of heights with The Edge in Hudson Yards. And product? Oh, well, there were oodles. Now, the new jury is being put together as we speak. Oh, and guess who's coming back? the award that everyone covets. Yes, I'm talking about the Yadro Guest. Hooray! If you want to even think about winning, you got to enter. Submissions open Wednesday, February 2nd and close March 23rd. So, enter. And the best news of all, the awards will be live. And our new celebration location will be revealed shortly. So, even though the pandemic has been hard on all of us, I know, you just can't hold this glorious city back. And it's clear how much our industry loves New York and how design is bringing together all the boroughs and leading the way as we build a better future together. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Caesarstone's beautiful space here at the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show in Orlando, Florida. Joining me today is Ken Williams, who's the president and CEO of Caesarstone, who's going to talk to us about an exciting new collection that's on display here, but also some pretty exciting developments with the company. Ken, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Avi. Appreciate it.
Well, first of all, congratulations are in order. This is Caesarstone's 35th anniversary.
That's right.
So tell us how you're marking the year.
The big thing that we're doing, we're launching a new product line. So Pebbles Collection, which, you know, if you look at the Pebbles Collection and what that means, it's something that's developed over time with rain and wind and the elements, and we look at that for Caesarstone too. We've developed over time, and we've molded ourselves into what the future has dictated for us, and we're launching new DCs, distribution centers out in the marketplace to service the customers better, and we're also launching our own showrooms right across North America. So pretty exciting stuff and a lot to get done in a year, but that's a celebration in itself.
That's so much good news. Beautiful new surfaces for designers to play with, making it easier for them to find those new products. And of course, as you said, it's all about the people. It's about the people who work at Caesarstone, but also about the people who live in the spaces with Caesarstone's beautiful product. So what a fantastic plan for the year.
Thank
You
you.
mentioned the Pebbles Collection. Tell us a little bit more about that.
You know, like it or not, one of our trends was COVID and how COVID came along. And what that did was it inspired people to bring the outside in, to get that peace and calm, and also take the inside out. And if you look at the hues of the Pebble Collection, it's that warm white, those grays, gives you that peace of mind when you come home and you can just relax, and it just ties into the whole decor of the home. And that's what our market research tells us the consumers are looking for, and they're bang on. If you see the reaction at the show to the new collection, it's great. So,
I mean, we know it from our personal experience. I mean, we're all dying for that, you know, deeper connection to nature, and you're doing that with both the Pebbles Collection and the outdoor collections. So that's absolutely fantastic. I'm here with Brian Brown, principal of Brian Brown Studio, who designed this beautiful space here at KBIS. Brian, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be here.
So, as a designer, tell us about what your reaction to the Pebbles Collection was.
So, in my design aesthetic, we use a lot of, I say we because I have an office, we use a lot of natural looking materials that are very durable, and Caesarstone is the perfect thing for that, especially the new Pebbles Collection. There's a wide range of very soft tones that just bring a serenity and calmness into the home, and it's just beautiful.
That's fantastic. And you know, that kind of natural, neutral, really evocative textures. It's such a beautiful collection. Tell us about how you use some of the colors in the collection here in the space.
So for the bathroom, I chose a more neutral palette. I mean, it's all neutral, but this is very neutral. So it's more tonal because I wanted a spa type of feeling. So we used Riverlet and Windigo to just kind of create that calm, serene environment. For the kitchen, I wanted to add a little bit more drama. So again, it's neutral and it looks, you know, very clean and natural, but I wanted things to stick out more. So the back splashes and the counter are the riverlet and really white against the darker cabinets. And then the island brings the drama too, but in a really calm way. So it's all about proportion and then designing from that.
Right, I mean, that is so important, right? Because you want to give spaces their own character. And I think the Pebbles collection, even though it's made up of these really calm, natural colors, it really allows you to do that. It's fantastic.
And it's very versatile. I mean, this is more of a contemporary design, but I could see it in a French country kitchen. I could see it in a more traditional bathroom. It's very versatile.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's the great thing about creating a collection that's designed by nature. It kind of fits in everywhere because that's what we resonate to as human beings.
Nature is everywhere.
That connection to nature also comes through in a little bit of a different way with Caesarstone, because you've been on this incredible journey to make sure that your products make a positive impact for both people and for the planet. Tell us a bit about your commitment to sustainability.
Yeah, and I think that's it ties into the launch of this product as well, because of course quartz, and it's a great product, but we also look at other minerals that we can add in with it, which adds to the color, adds to the hues, adds to the texture. And that's great, and we source those with sustainability in mind. So that material and how we source it, partners that we choose to deal with, all focused on the same thing that we are, and how we can shape that to sustainability. And for me, the most important thing that we look at with sustainability is back to what we talked about before, is people. Caesarstone, that's the one thing that makes me the most proud of the product, is anyone who buys a Caesarstone countertop and they're working with it, it's non-porous, it's scratch resistant, it's stain resistant, you're making memories in your home.
And I think that's the most important thing, as you said, about sustainability, is that people who bring Caesarstone product into their home know that they're bringing good materials into their home, they're living with responsibly sourced materials, but that also that those materials, because it's so high performance, is going to last for such a long time,
right.
And that in itself is sustainable. So that is a fantastic achievement for Caesarstone. Tell us about what new things do designers and architects have to look forward to in when they select Caesarstone products. What should they know? What should they keep in mind? How did they get to you?
One of the things that I'm most proud of, and I will tell you, I'll make that statement, is a game changer in the industry, is our Caesarstone Connect program. And what that is if you look at how traditionally you purchase countertops, depending on how busy that fabricator is, it could come back in 48 hours, it could come back in 2 weeks. And the beauty of our program is now you can go into a kitchen and bath dealer, so right from point of concept, they can draw it up, they can quote it right on the spot, so you know immediately how much that's going to cost. So right from your inspiration to your installation, you're covered all the way through. That's a huge thing for our customers and consumers to look forward to with what we're putting out in the marketplace. So not to be matched by any competition. It's Caesarstone innovation at its finest, and we're going to change the marketplace with it.
That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all so much for joining us here today at Caesarstone's beautiful space. You heard it from Ken, from inspiration to installation. Caesarstone is here to support you through every stage of your design process. If you want to engage with the new Pebbles collection and want to find out more, please head on over to CaesarstoneUS.com or contact your nearest Caesarstone representative. Thank you so much and have a great day.